Count federal indictment against Grammy-winning trumpeter Irvin Mayfield rocked the New Orleans cultural scene.
And most of the allegations against Mayfield and his business partner, Ronald Markham, were exposed years ago by eyewitness investigator David Hammer. But tonight, David looks deeper at the criminal charges and finds convicted former Mayor Ray Nagin also played a key role.
The federal indictment against star musician Irvin Mayfield and his partner Ronald Markham lays out an alleged conspiracy. A conspiracy to commit fraud and money laundering to funnel public library donations into Mayfield and Markham's pockets. Prosecutors allege Mayfield and Markham's jazz orchestra relied heavily on grants from the Edward Wisner donation from 2008 to 2010. Like this one from June 2009, $1.2 million to build this sculpture garden in Armstrong Park, featuring statues of Louis Armstrong, Big Chief Tootie Montana, Congo Square, and other New Orleans music icons. Our investigation in 2015 found that Mayor Ray Nagin paid Mayfield's Jazz Orchestra $1.6 million from the Wisner Grant Program. But this indictment says that when that money dried up, the Jazz Orchestra had to find another source of cash. That source, the New Orleans Public Library Foundation. Mayfield and Markham were 2 of the 5 board members at the Library Foundation, handling an investment account of almost $4 million. But instead of using the money for its intended purpose to help the city's struggling public libraries, the indictment alleges Mayfield and Markham put $1.4 million of it into the Jazz Orchestra or into their own pockets.
So if that orchestra doesn't have those funds, it may not survive, which means that their salaries cannot be paid.
In our original investigation in 2015, we found signs of just how desperate the Jazz Orchestra was for money. The very first grant they got from Nagin was $100,000 to manage the reopening of the Mahalia Jackson Theater.
Our goal was to rebuild better than before.
Nagin had that grant increased to $125,000. And when the theater opening only cost $101,000, the Jazz Orchestra used the rest to pay its musicians for a recording session. The album they recorded won Irvin Mayfield his Grammy. David Hammer, Eyewitness News.
The Jazz Orchestra did not tell the Wisner Trust about using the leftover grant money to make the album until after David reported it in August of 2015. The Wisner Grant Committee refused to approve it.